And we are live. Hello and welcome to Forever Sports. It is Saturday afternoon rugby, and we're starting in Johannesburg before we throw things on to Pretoria a little bit later. Two SA derbies coming your way this afternoon and set to be absolutely brilliant. Lions versus the Stormers before the Bulls host the Sharks, and this clash in particular is very important with both these sides. Chance of the playoffs threatening to slip away if they don't start finding a few results. And the Stormers, after coming so close last week, I don't actually know how they still didn't win, to be honest. That missed kick was absolutely horrendous. But the Lions now, I mean, they look very far down the table, sitting in 13th out of 16. However, very importantly, they're sitting with 8-game players. For example, Zara Palmer have already played 11. So Lions, for example, get a win today. They go up to 23 points, which would be tied in 9th, and they'll still have a game in hand on the Ospreys on the likes of Ulster Stormers, Benton, the likes, and 2 games in hand on the likes of Edinburgh and Ospreys. So, for example, Edinburgh sitting in 8th place. The Lions were to get 3 wins in a row. For example, they will go up to 31 points, which would actually put them as high as potentially sort of 6th or 7th. So whilst they're well out the playoff spots at the moment, because they've played so few games so far already this season, the least out of anybody in that table, they've got the opportunity to go up. The Stormers, on the other hand, they've caught up. They're now kind of with the rest of the team. So they're sitting with 4 points on the Lions with 2 games more than them. So whereas the Stormers were to lose today, they would have played 11 games and still been out the top 8, which suddenly makes their top 8 ambitions look very, very sketchy. Later on, obviously, a different clash. We've got the Bulls taking on the Sharks. It's 3 versus 4. So, very much they're looking for top 4 spots and to stay in the top 4 spots. So, very different things on the line from both these sides. All 4 of these sides throughout the afternoon. But yeah, please do get your score predictions down in the comments below. Let me know what you're thinking is going to happen in this game and who you're excited to watch. A Springbok alignment camp announced yesterday with lots of these players involved today, part of that squad. So that should be quite a nice little bit of add extra flavor. Some of these players have been called up for the first time. Some players called up, they're not capped. Some players getting recalls as well. So there'll be a lot of players out there today that'll feel like they've got a point to prove, and very excited to see how they respond to that sort of call-up. So we're going to go through the teams in just a minute, and I'll mention who's in that alignment camp and kind of the players who I think are really worth watching in terms of seeing how they might respond. But before we do that, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. And as I said, at least get your score predictions going. Let me know who you are supporting, who you are backing. The poll reads, who are you supporting? 61% saying the Stormers so far. I'd like to see some more Lions fans in the chat. And Andre saying, hello, Steve, hope you're well. Lions by 8. Love to see it. Things you love to see. In fact, I'm not even have to get my Lions jersey if we're up at half time, because I've got to throw my weight behind my boys. And Wolf before saying, hey, what do you think about the Bulls versus Sharks game? Do you know the lineups there? I do know the lineups. A very depleted Sharks side, but also a young Bulls side. Jake White's also rotated there. We're not going to really get focused too much on that game, but it should be an interesting game because it's very far from those two teams' strongest teams. Whereas you look at it today, I think far closer to the individual teams, close teams. So let's look at the teams for today, shall we? For the Lions, and in fact, I'm actually going to change the view so you can actually see the team itself. So giving you 2 seconds, and actually I can do that, which I think is a much better idea than just me reading it off of here. I'll give you actually an opportunity to actually see what be cooking, and just need to do that, and a bit of that. Right, so let's have a look at this, shall we? So, in the front row for the Lions, Jean Schoeman, PJ Botha, Asanate, and Tlhabakanya. Now, a big boost for the Lions is that both PJ Botha and Asanate and Tlhabakanya have signed new contracts with the Lions. I think that Tlhabakanya signed is massive. He was also got invited to the alignment camp. He has been involved in a alignment camp today. And when we look at the Stormers scrum, they got hammered last week at scrum time. And this front row, especially Junior Rennie, head scrum coach, would have analysed exactly what Wilco Low and Kickoff Steenkamp were doing well last week and seeing if maybe they could try and exploit that. Francois Herber, you can't say he was exposed last week. He's been around too long. He's been one of the best scrummers in the world, but he's under a lot of pressure last week. And I think Asanate and Tlhabakanya will have a look at Ali Famark and think, I can get him going. So the onus now will be on Jean Schoeman to basically just try and hold Francois Herber and let Asanate do his work. He's an incredibly strong scrummagers, Asanate and Tlhabakanya, and I'm excited to see what he can do. In the second row, Etienne Oosthuizen and Darren Landsberg. I'd love to see him get back to the form he showed at the beginning of the season when he really started to come good. And a fantastic back row for the Lions. Ruan Venter, Franco Horn, both those players in the alignment camp for Rassie Erasmus. JC Pretorius missing out. He was a very notable omission. So it could be an opportunity for him to basically show Rassie, well, mate, this is what you're missing. Morning van den Berg, who's also part of that group. He is partnering with Johnny Lombard. I think the halfback pairing today for both teams is going to be very important. Johnny Lombard has not played a hell of a lot of rugby in the last few years, and he looks a bit of a shadow of the player we used to have. He's shown moments occasionally, but I'll tell you what he does do. He does take the ball very flat, and he does like to get players over the advantage line. So Marius Lowe, Hinkhoff, and Beck, the centre pairing, if Johnny Lombard can get them into good space, they can do some damage. And then a very nice back three of Edel van der Merwe, Richard Creel, and Quine Horn. It's a nice backline for the Lions. If we then look at the Stormers, in the front row, Aston Famar, JJ Kotze, Francois Herber. Stormers line-out last week was a problem, and that's why I think JJ Kotze has come into the side. He's a very solid line-out operator, maybe not as powerful as Joseph Dweber, nor Andre Hugo Venter, but very reliable. Ali Famar, for me, he's got to have a big game today. And then Francois Herber will want to try and make amends. It's a very good lock combination. Salman Murat and Ruben van Heerden. Ruben van Heerden also a bit of an omission from that Springbok alignment camp, so he'll definitely want to try and make a point. You've then got a very good back row. All three of these players in that Bok alignment camp, Dion Free, Ben Jason Dixon, and Evan Ruiz. I think that Ruiz-Franco Horn battle today should be really interesting. Hershey Yankees also didn't make that alignment camp. He partners Yuri Mattia, who I thought had good moments last week in the loose, but did not have a particularly good day in front of Pulse, and he's going to have I think he's going to have a much better game today if the Stormers are going to get a result. In the centers, Dan Duplessis and Wanasila Similani, former Lions player. So Lions will know exactly what he's about. And then in the wings, you've got Angelo Davids, Ben Loader, and Warwick Lunt. For me, you shut down Yuri Mattia, you shut down Warwick Lunt, you go a long way to keeping this back line nice and quiet. Off the bench for Stormers, it's Andre Hugo Venter, Brock Harris, Neatley Bashir. Two of those three players in that alignment camp. Gary Porter, Paul de Villiers, Miles Tennyson, they've gone with their characteristic 6-2 split. Paul de Villiers, and then the youngster Jonathan Roach. So there's no fly-half option, to be honest. If Yuri Mattia gets injured, one imagines we'll probably see the Similani switch to fullback and see Warwick Lunt switch to 10. So it's not ideal at all from a Stormers point of view, and that also leaves them without a goal kicker if Yuri Mattia is not kicking well. So you can see there's a little bit of depth issue there for Stormers. You look at the bench for the Lions. Jakub Asaki, SJ Kotze, RF Skuman. Not quite the same quality as what the Stormers have coming off the bench in that front row. Then you've got Ruan Delpit, Jared Keynes, Nico Steyn, I think somebody who could have been in the alignment camp. Big possibility of a Lubabalo Debelo debut today. Very exciting player. Signed from the Greek. He's been around the block as Lubabalo, but very nice player. And then Manny Russ, who I think tries hard, but I don't think is really of the quality to be sort of playing in the URC. So those are the two sides. Plenty of nice battles there. I think the centre pairing battle should be quite a nice one. The loose trio battle, and then all at the end of the day, that front row battle is where it is all important. Wolf is saying, where can I get that? I need it for a bet. So it's I was on you can check on the URC website or on Rugby Pass, for example. All your major ones will have the lineups there. I actually don't even know what the odds are. Who the odds are favourites are for that game later. I personally want to be back in the Bulls looking at that Shark side, especially if we're being at Loftus. And JP says, come on, you Lions. Wolfie Rick has got Lions for the win. And saying whether or not exactly what everyone would have wanted. Yeah, that's the only thing that maybe might actually be a bit of a leveler today as well. They always talk about rain as the ultimate leveler for any sort of sport, really. Rugby, not being probably the most relevant one, because you can try and have this big fancy game plan, you want to run and throw the ball around. But if it's slippery, if it's wet underfoot, you'll struggle to do it. It means far more knock-ons, far more handling errors. That means far more scrums. Your set piece today will be vital. Very interestingly, some of the polls on some of the different rugby websites have got this pretty 50-50 with regards to the final result. So no clear favourites so far in terms of what the fans are saying. I'll go check out the bookies in a bit maybe as well and see what they reckon. I do think we could be in for a close game. I really hope so. And I think that the Lions, if they pitch up today, can get a result. They have to get a result. The Lions get a result today. It basically just puts the season back on track because it puts them right on the edge of that top 8. And they've got lots of derbies coming up, which is difficult for the Lions given the difference in quality. But I think if you look at their fixtures, I'll look at this in a second, they've got games coming up which they can win. And, if you can just try, you probably need about 4 wins left. And after this weekend, they've got a catch-up game against the Sharks, which is coming up on the 8th of March. Next weekend, they've got the Sharks at Emirates Airline Park. So if you can go 2 home wins in a row, if you can beat the Stormers and beat the Sharks, beating the Sharks is going to be a big ask. That should almost be enough. They're going to go away to Cardiff. That's not going to be easy. Away to Glasgow Warriors, that's going to be easy either. But then they come back and they've got Benetton at home, Connacht at home, Scarlets at home, Ospreys at home. So they've got 4 home games in the run-in. So if you can try and get in the next 4 weeks, you've got Stormers, Sharks, Cardiff, Glasgow. You've got 5 games left, which are 2 home games and then 3 away games. If you can get 2 wins, I think, out of those 5, then you're probably looking at that last 4-game home stretch and thinking, right, another 2 wins should probably get us through, because that will probably give us what? If we get 4 or 5, we can get, say, 5 wins. That gives us 20 points. That'll put us on about 39 points. And I think last year, in terms of the table, we need probably, ideally, try and get a bonus point or 2 throughout that. Last year, we finished below, but that was actually based on the amount of wins with 50 points. So I still think about 45 points is probably where you want to be at. I think 45 points this year. I think it is a bit of a closer table. I think 45 points will get you into the playoffs. Even the likes of Edinburgh, for example, that's another 20 points they'll need out of the last sort of 6 or 7 games. So for the Stormers, they win today. They get themselves into the top 8, albeit could potentially be momentarily with other teams still yet to play. But it keeps their hopes alive. They've got to try and basically win the next 2 or 3 games, and hope they can sort of start this. So France Mahou, by the way, I think it's the 150th appearance. Absolutely mental. By the way, if you're wondering why the teams are all wearing different socks, it is the Origins round. So all the players are sporting socks from the schools they went to. And if you look, for example, you look at the pundits, they're all wearing either their school jersey or their varsity jersey. Jonathan McQueen wearing his UJ jersey. So is Machadisa Mahono went to UJ. Jean Devere's got the school jersey out. I don't know what I would actually have to wear if I were to do. Maybe I should have my Origins round, but I don't really have a rugby jersey. I mean, I stopped playing rugby when I was about 16. And played a little bit of res rugby, but didn't exactly play for the varsity. So, yeah, I'm not sure you're putting on my varsity one or my maybe I can go find my old club jersey when I was about 9 years old. Not sure it's really gonna fit. But I did play for Pirates, one of the biggest rugby clubs in Johannesburg, for I think 1 season. I don't think that jersey is gonna still fit me, to be fair. So those ask you, I'm a Lions fan for my sins. Yeah, it's tough times at the moment. Tough times to be lasting as a Lions fan, but just very tough to see that a lot of these players have got that recognition in the last in that Rassie Erasmus squad. A lot of them grafting hard. The likes of Frank Hall, I'm so stoked for him. I mean, I don't know how it's taken him so long to be in that mix. You know, I think he's just such a world-class player. Yes, maybe very different type of player, and people are very dismissive, saying, "Oh no, he just hangs around the fringes and by the wings, and that's all he does." And it's just such a basic way of watching the game. He's a really, really good player. He gets around the park, and his stats actually match up with the best of them, to be honest. So, yeah, I think he's severely underrated, and I'm glad that he's been given the recognition by Rassie Erasmus. And I think as soon as he knows what he needs to do, you won't find somebody in this country who'll work harder than him to try and get into that bulk mix. And he captains this afternoon, so a big game potentially ahead for him. Whoopie say, I wish I could play, but I can't anymore. You'll never see me play rugby again. I've had too many injuries. I've had three knee offs. The last thing I need to do on my knees is go and play rugby. No, so you won't be seeing me play that sport again. I'll be finding me on the cricket field, but not on the rugby field. Right, Lions, by the way, will have kickoff, and so Stormers will be receiving. Looks like Lions will be playing right to left. I quite like us playing right to left. I don't know why in the first half. I like us finishing, down the outside. So Quine Horn, who always gets us started, has got the ball in hand. Something he'll be looking to add to his Lions caps. And we do have kickoff as we go down the right-hand side. Should be quite contestable as well. It's a nice kickoff. And one back by Edel van der Merwe into the hands of Morne van den Berg. What a start this could be for the Lions. Ball available for Edel van der Merwe. PJ Boyder pops up to Johnny Lombard. Nice hands here, Henk van Veek. Hit hard by Ben Jason Dixon. Does well to ride the contact. Ball available for Morne van den Berg. Lions immediately on the front foot here. Show and go coming from Marius Lowe. Lombard. Ron Fenter. Nice and quickly up on him was Hershey Young. It's a very nice tackle coming from the young. I suppose he's actually not that young these days, scrum off. Although he's about my age, so I'm going to classify it as young. Hickop and Veig, not the best pass towards him. Lions trying to find a bit of momentum. Not too much answer. Morne van den Berg will go to the boot. See a bit of space down the right hand side. Right up against the touchline. Perfect placement from Morne van den Berg. And Stormers will have a line inside their own 22. That's a really nice. I rate this kid. And so did the box, by the way. I think John Dieter Stick's a big Morne van den Berg fan. And I think we'll see him play a couple of games for the box this year. Very, very solid skill set. Has got everything you want in an international scrum half, because his service is very good, his game awareness is very good, his kicking is very nice. So he's a very good, solid scrum half. JJ Cotter with his first line of the day. Will the Lions look to contest? About a 5-man line from the looks of it, 6-man in fact. They do contest, but it's a good take to Ben Jason Dixon, who they have seemed to have gone to him in the big pressure moments. So if I'm the Lions, I think that's something you'll probably be monitoring it a lot in terms of trying to potentially win any lines. But the sack is pretty good. Now Angela Davids runs to Morne van den Berg, is up to the challenge. Still inside the 22 here are the Stormers. Oh, it's a huge thumping tackle coming on Dion Ferbuary there. So not managed to exit the 22. Hershey Young, I imagine, will go to the boot. Couple of chases ready. Ben Jason Dixon comes in as a blocker. And a bit of pressure there from Landsberg, and will not find touch. In fact, what's actually happened there has Richard Creel completely had a brain fade there, went for the catch, and then basically just dropped it. And he's just dropped it into touch. So he's actually given the Stormers the line out. I mean, if Lions got that line, they would have been a very nice start to the game. Instead, it's going to be a Stormers, not attacking line, because it's still inside their own half. But they've won themselves 30-40 meters, as well as have the feed in the line out. So not ideal. I think he just mistimes it completely, where he caught it and then stepped out, rather than catching it whilst his foot was out. Right, line number 2. You're at the front of the line. This time to Ruben van Heerden. Ball pass straight back to SJ Costa. Goes, oh, it's a nice big tackle. Ruben Venter thumping into Evan Ruiz. I think those two will play a lot of rugby together for the box one day, actually, to be fair. Tested for Richard Creel. He's up to the task. Sniping around by himself as Creel gets away from one. Eventually brought down by Samuel Murat. And Klaver Kanye stealing the ball. Morne van den Berg. Long pass up. Kieran Horn with a bit of space. Bit of a mismatch. And he gets his hands through the tackle. Pops it up to Edel van der Merwe. Edel van der Merwe. Edel van der Merwe almost gets through. Good tackle that from Ruben van Heerden. He saw the gap going around Frans Malherbe. Now, and then props are not combining. And that's enough. And Klaver Kanye up towards the halfway line. Good momentum this. Morne van den Berg goes behind. Johnny Lombard. He slips in the tackle. And everybody's offside because obviously he couldn't come up with the line. So they kicked ahead. They have the Stormers. And that's going to go all the way. And they're going to go back for the line out. I mean, really, of all the things, Johnny Lombard, to slip there is not what we needed. So basically, he slipped as he kicked it. And the ball ricocheting off, I think it was a Stormers player initially. But then never retreating over the lines because Johnny Lombard slipped. And that's a lack of awareness from players around him. Because as soon as he slips, you've got to run forward, try and put everybody else back on side. So Yuri Mattia now with ball in hand, and Stormers looking to go to the line. I'm looking to go for goal here. After their kicking woes last week. Not entirely surprising. Although it is a nice place to kick as Ellis Park. Obviously nice and high in terms of altitude, so it'll go a lot further up here than it does down at the coast. Right, Ejah Kotze on the 22. Pop it up to him. This time we go to Angela Davis. Good tackling from Johnny Lombard. Quickly, ball, you have Mersh Yankees. Joey Mattia goes to Similani. Similani can't beat Henker van Veek. Gets the offload away to Warkhalad. Right against the touchline, wrestling hard. Then PJ Botha has pickpocketed that brilliantly. And penalty as well for coming from the side. So good defense that from the Lions. Nice steal from PJ Botha. Winning the penalty as well. Lions saw a big sigh of relief there. But you can see there, I think there's been a lot of rain in the area this week in Joburg and a lot of rain today. Right, so 5 minutes. We've had quite a lot of action, to be fair. The Lions not finding particularly a lot of distance here. They're up towards 22, so defensive line for them. They go short, though. And it's skew is the call. Now, this is very interesting. This is what Rassie Erasmus raised last week on Twitter, saying it's a good awareness by the laws from France. And the Lions have just done it, and now it's been called skew. So that's a very interesting call, because that's a very big precedent of a call, because this is exactly what Rassie Erasmus flagged on Twitter to say that you can do, because it was allowed in the Six Nations. The Lions just done it, and now it's been called skew. So which one's right? You talk about what's wrong with rugby laws right now? That is what's wrong with rugby laws right now. It's exactly what France did less than a week ago. And completely different result. Anyway, first scrum of the day. Pretty solid hit that, though. Here comes Asenat and Klabakanya working out on Ali Mark there. But it's front foot ball here for Dan du Plessis. JC Pretorius all over that ball. Reward him, Mr. Ref. Reward him. Short to Ruben van Heerden. And the ball's been ripped in the tackle backwards. PJ Boerter comes away with it. Need to release him now. He's gone down to the ground. Good work this from the Lions, though. That's 2 turnovers from them. Ball retention from the Stormers has not been great. Lombard now goes to that left boot. He's to find a bit of a better clearance than he did last time. Can't really find much of an exit here, the Lions. Just outside 22 to be a Stormers ball. Defense at the moment, though, holding up well. Straight down. See, the Stormers not looking for the more yet. And Ben Loader, whether to Jason Pretorius, holds on well. Good go for a ball there, from the Stormers. Yuri Matego short to Similani. It almost looked forward when he released that ball. Sam Murat. Stormers going into their 4th phase. Big counter-back coming. Advantage for what, Mr. F? And that's dreadful handling. Turnover ball. But there was a penalty. I want to see what this penalty's for. All feet is the call, yeah. I have to look at the replay. Yeah, Marius Lowe's the one that's been penalised. Still not going for poles here, the Stormers. No, this is not the replay. Come on, can we get the right to report? Because at the moment we're looking at them knocking behind, not the actual penalty. Stormers about 7 meters out. Go to Ben Jason Dixon. As I said, they always seem to go to Ben Jason Dixon when it comes to the crutch lineouts, but it's very nicely handled so far from the Lions. Right up against the touchline as well. It's in touch. It is in touch. That's brilliant defense that from the Lions. Stormers maybe, well, as I said, can we punish them please for being greedy, because they've gone to the touchline twice now. They're taking it quickly at the Lions, and Needle Merv's come away with it. Right, now we need to find a good clearance. Looks like a much better clearance. Apparently, no, just outside 22. We're staying in the same position here. Right, come on, chaps. Yeah, she is very close to having a wardrobe malfunction. One of the supporters, yeah, I don't think she'll be too shy for what she's seen on TV, unfortunately. She Yankees then flings it out past, goes short to Similani. Similani's gone away. No, he's not gone away from Hinkelman Vake, and he's lost the ball. Turned over once again from the Lions. They're doing brilliantly just to find ways of turning this over. Huge tackle then on Richard Creel. But the ball is available. Now, can we please find a decent clearance here, guys? Even run a few phases. Give him the best possible option. Give him a decent angle here. You've parked here for the last 5 minutes. Morne van den Berg, he's going to take on the duties himself. Has he found touch? No, he hasn't. But that is the touch. Yes, he has. Sorry, rather. He has found touch. That's the kind of distance we needed from Morne van den Berg. It's a brilliant angle. And this field is completely chopping up already. So this is going to be a long game, I think. And we look at tackle, big tackle there from Ben Loader on Richard Creel. But Storm is back inside their own half now for the first time in the last 5-6 minutes. Evan Roos lined up by JC Pretorius. And JC Pretorius has pickpocketed. I'll tell you what, he's definitely come out here to try and make a statement. He's had 2 turners already. Very Quacker-esque about that. Johnny Lombard fires it out. Not the best pass to Quine Horn. But Quine Horn's got a good turn of pace here. Pops it up to Richard Creel. Richard Creel with the ankle tap just up against the touchline. Comes inside. Gets the ball away to Henkoff and Vake. Henkoff and Vake. And he gets it down as well. They've got to release Lions inside the 22. Love to see us a try here. Ruan Fenter gets the ball. Oh, come on, man. Knocked on there from the Lions. No, the referee's saying happy to play on. Now gets knocked on. No, knocked on. Yeah, about to say, can we just blow a whistle here? Refs, are you watching here, mate? One to offload 2 men. He just needed to really just take a touch here. Because a brilliant offload at the back from... it's horrible from Darren Landsberg. He knocks it backwards into the stomach of Asnat Tabakanya and then back forward. Should have probably been taking that. Should Darren Landsberg. But really nice continuity there from the Lions. JP saying, Jason showing why he should have been selected. Can't understand how he wasn't selected over Renzo. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Rassi Rasmus has been watching the Lions much this season. Renzo Duplessis, who I think was a phenomenal player in the Currie Cup last year. He's played 4 games. In the URC, he's played less than a full game in his cumulative minutes, and he's been given a call-up to the lineman camp before JC Vittoria. So a bit of an odd one for me. Right, decent strong there. And he goes back to Mattia. Needs to find a clearance. He will find touch. It looks like pretty good. Should be about the 10-meter line, would be my guess. So it should be still momentum going forward here for the Lions. Try and get it built off the back of a set piece. 13 minutes in almost, and still no score. Nothing separating the two sides. There isn't the 10-meter line. PJ Boerter goes to face the... I don't think we're going to be going short once again. It's a good line to Landsberg. Morne van den Berg goes short to Lombard. Lombard pops it up to Edel van der Merwe. Well read from the Stormers. Landsberg decides to go himself. Gets the offload away to Henkoff and Vake. Henkoff and Vake with a bit of space. Goes around Ben Loader. He's going all the way. Surely not. A great tackle from Warwick Galant. But the Lions are 5 meters out. That's an advantage, Josh Shirley. And penalty there as well. This could be a card here. 50. I think Warwick Galant has a try-saving tackle, but then he's gotten up through the Lions' side, therefore preventing any possibility of them quickly recycling the ball quickly and going for the try. So he has received a yellow card, which I think is fair. I mean, it's a phenomenal try-saving tackle. Henkoff and Vake looked up and thought he was going the way. And that's the second. By the way, last week we also saw a really good try-saving tackle that from Warwick Galant. Henkoff and Vake, he's pinned his ears back, and Galant comes across. He makes a brilliant tackle, and he wraps him up as well, so he can't get the offload away. But then he stands up and gets in the way of Lombard, who wants to get over and try and recycle that ball. You can see the Lions coaching staff not happy with that at all. Jock Free says, you had a card out of there. And the ref does oblige. Yeah, taking 3 points here, the Lions, and Johnny Lombard does get the Lions onto the board. Very nice start. I mean, he was saying, I don't know, you told me we can't help you really there. But, yeah, you can see the Lions that coached are very animated. I mean, tell you what, it had to be a yellow card. I mean, I think he's saved 4 points there, in all honesty. I think without that intervention, I think the Lions go over. So, you talk about a professional foul. That's about as professional a foul as you can get, I think. Right, Lions now have got a numerical advantage. Can they make it? Well, that's got miles too long. It's going to sit up there, and Morley van den Berg steps away from one, finds a bit of an angle to get his clearance away, and does find touch towards the 10-meter line. Good awareness there from Morley van den Berg, because the kick from URC was far too deep. Just held up there. It was looking like it was going to travel back to over the dead ball line, which would have been a scrum back of the halfway. Morley van den Berg, as soon as it bounced then, had the presence of mind just to step away from the one player, create an angle, and then he'll find touch. In the end, it's a good exit. And you can see already a couple of the Lions players in that lineman camp putting their hands up early today. Morley van den Berg's had a nice start. Ruan Fent has been nice and physical. Henkov and Vake's been very involved. They're going pretty far there, have Stormers, and looking for the rolling more. The Lions so far up to the task. Rolling more hasn't really worked. Once is the call here from the referee. Lions showing nice physicality early on. Yoshi Yankees now goes to the left-hand side. Lombard up quickly on Dan du Plessis. And JC Vettori straight over him. No penalty coming from the referee. I think it's a bit harsh. He's definitely out there to try and make a statement as JC Vettori. Big counter-ruck now coming from the Lions. Ruan Fenter single-handedly going through. Oh, for what? I mean, he just removed like all 3 players and then gets penalised. I mean, that's the whole protect the 9. That's nonsense. He's come through, dislodged by 3 different players to get through the counter ruck. If there's no ruck, why should the 9 be protected? And there's no ruck because there are no more Stormers players available at the ruck. And again, we're not seeing replays today. It's very frustrating. We've had 2 or 3 incidents over there. We just want to look at them again, because you look at it first in real time, and you can't always see what's going on, and then we don't get to see the replays, so then we don't get to see if it's the right or wrong call. Anyway, Yuri Mattia has now leveled the scores from the kicking tee, so that'll give him a nice confidence boost. Frustrating that from the line, especially after the fact they dominated the counter-attack, but we've yet to see what it looked like. Right, Quan Horn. That's got nice and high once again. This should be contestable. Jason Pretorius is up there. And Edel van der Merwe, I think, knocks it forward in trying to go up for it. Knock-on advantage for the Stormers. 2 very good contestable kicks that from Quan Horn. Ali from Mark will create a bit of a better angle. This is advantage over now for the Stormers. Lanty put some good pressure on here. Hershey Yankees looks to find the clearance. Will find touch. That's a good result for the Lions because they'll have a line out halfway between the 10 meter and the 22. And this is where we need to try and make that 1-man advantage count. 5 minutes still left on that yellow card to Watchalong. The Lions need to make sure that we score a try in that time. Right, Peter Buddha goes to the front to Franco Horn. An advantage from the referee. Ruan Fent in the midfield. Two brings him down. Morley van den Berg goes short to Peter Buddha, makes a yard or 2. Good tackle from the SJ Kotze. Quan Horn on the angle. Quan Horn gets through. Quan Horn's got Richard Creel for company. And Morley van den Berg on the inside, and the Lions are going to go over. Morley van den Berg. The Lions make the advantage work. First trial of the game. Let's get going. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. A moment like, and we've done that twice now. We've managed to get through to the outside and find space. So I think we're going to look to try and exploit that a lot this match. And it's just similar on. He slips the tackle, and then inside ball coming to Wally van den Berg. There's always going to be an overlap. And over he goes. The Lions making that extra man count. As soon as you miss a tackle when you're man down, it often results in a try, especially in this kind of situation. On the back of a set piece, really nice work. Joey Lombard needs to make sure he adds the extras. He does add the extras. Lions go up to 10 points. Stormers with 3. We haven't beaten them in a long time in this park. It would be huge if we can get a result today. So good from Quinthorn. He's so deceptively fast. And inside ball to Moy van den Berg, who I think has been tremendous so far, so we deserve that. But yeah, once again, going along with that kickoff, it's obviously a pre-decided tactic. Moy van den Berg does find touch. 2.5 minutes left on that Watchalong yellow card. So the Lions, if you can try to score again whilst they're down to 14 men, that suddenly gives you a long minute. If you can get yourself sort of 17-3 up, that's suddenly quite a big comeback that's needed from the Stormers. 55 possession so far from the home side, but 51% territory from the for the Stormers. They contest their lines, but unsuccessfully. Once again, going for the road in more of the Stormers. Hasn't really worked so far, and it's stopped once again. Starting to edge forward, but a couple of Lions players have actually managed to get themselves all the way through. Has somebody got their hands on the ball there? No, Hoshianki does use it. Evan Ruiz gets away from one, eventually brought down. Jason Pretorius trying to rip that ball in the tackle. Umatia, not too many options, and good tackle coming on in from his opposite number, Joey Lombard. Hoshianki's works his way back down the right-hand side. Fastball here, pops it up. Oh, it's a huge tackle, Evan Ruiz. I'll tell you what, he had a big hit on Ruan Fenter earlier. Now they're trading blows now, the two loose forwards. And that's brilliant hands. Moy van den Berg hit by Ben Loader. It's Trevor Boyer from the Lions. Ball popped up, and that's really good work from Franco Horn. He's ripped the ball from Moy van den Berg to come back inside. Now the Lions number 8 starting to get involved. PJ Buerta. Boris Lowe. Lombard, long outside to Quinthorn. Quinthorn, look at his options. I tell you, he's a slippery customer, Quinthorn. He's still going. Moy van den Berg on the inside. Richard on the outside. He goes to Moy van den Berg. Pops it up to Kickoff and Break. Kickoff and Break. Has he got the pace? You betcha, he's got the pace. And the Lions go bang, bang. Come on. There we go. What do they say in the cricket sponsorship? Sunfall hashtag now we're cooking. That's brilliant, right? That's what we used to know the Lions for. And it's once again, it's Quinthorn. JP just said he always seems to be that first defender. And bang, steps inside of Ben Jason Dixon. You can't touch him. Gets away from the ankle tap, and then he's got the presence of mind to run directly. He's got options for his left and right inside Moy van den Berg. Pops it up to Kickoff and Bake, who's on his left-hand shoulder. Kickoff and Bake says, thank you very much. He dies under the poles, and the Lions, whilst Watchalong off, score 2 tries, soon to be 2 converted tries. Come on, the lads. Such a big game if we can get a win here. If you do hear a bit of tapping, that would be the rain, which has decided to arrive. So I wonder if we might see a bit of rain at Ayers Park a bit later. Mark Sterling saying there can only be one Currie and Horn. Astian saying cooking. Hashtag let them cook, boys. 24 minutes in. The Lions 17, Stormers 3. Jacques Ferry is not sat down, by the way, today. He's now being a little bit aggressive in terms of the rain. So if you see Steve floating by, you know why. Monica van den Berg, 6x been charged down. Monica couldn't horn away to the threat, puts it downfield. Bounce up to Evan Roos. Evan Roos is going to have a bit of a run here. Where's Ron Fenter? He's been lining him up all day. But it's Darren Landsberg who actually picked a very good tackle. But he used it forward as Evan Roos. Quite unluckily for him. Monica van den Berg puts it in behind. Jason Pretorius leads the chase up against Warwick Kalanta. Stays in, actually. Ball back inside. Monica van den Berg. Youe Mateo under a lot of pressure. Stormers and over that ball is Ron Fenter. Oh, how? There's no ways, Mr. Ref. There's not even anybody. You see, he can't believe it couldn't Ron Fenter. There's nobody even competing for the ball. He's on Oh My Living. Oh my actual, are you mad? Look at the Lions coaches. They also can't believe it. That is a dreadful call. Hands beyond the ball. He goes directly onto the ball. Are you actually mentally insane, mate? No, man. No, man. No, man. The Lions get that penalty, by the way. Johnny Lombard makes this 20 points to 3. 17-point advantage with 15 minutes to go in the first half. After 25 minutes. Come on, man. I don't know how that has been deemed hands beyond the ball. That is actually an incredible call. I'm literally about to rewatch it over here because I've got the replay over here. And it's... his hand... You couldn't actually create more of a textbook cleanup. The tackle comes... Oh my, that is actually sensational. You know what? I think the words that Jacques uttered was something like "no," and he's well justified because that is a incredible call. Anyway, Stormers in the front foot now. Similani, oh, that's a nice tackle. They've read them so well so far, the Lions. No, nobody's still no. We haven't had one breakdown penalty here from the ref. I think it's been a couple. Jason Pretorius has been unlucky. Now good. Oh, he's knocked it forward. It's been Jason Dixon. Just as I was going to say, this is good work here from the Stormers. We actually haven't seen him with too much ball in hand. And just as they get some ball in hand, they lose it forward. And that should have been held on. And he had a lot of space on the left hand, right hand side to Ben Jason Dixon. John Dobson looking about as impressed as he always does. Currie's still not sat down. The passion involved there. Give him the head coachship. Honestly, if they make a call and they were to ever sack Ivan Fernando, which I'm not saying they should. I think he's actually done a very good job with the little tools he has. But I'll tell you what, he's been very, very animated today. Have a reset here at the scrum. That's actually a free kick, to be fair. So, yeah, Stormers scrum still struggling. Come on, lads. This has been so good so far this half. And John Lombard lifts is high in the air. I mean, he's not even actually trying to tackle him, to be fair. He's put his hands up. So it's almost got a penalty advantage because, you know, you touched the man in the air. Didn't you try to tackle him? All over the top there for Kalanta. It's a good one to Angela Davis. Richard Creel's got across there. Ball back inside. Similar lines. A great covering tackle that from Marius Lowe. And Quine Horn's all over that ball. And he steals it. Hey! Miracles do happen. We won a breakdown penalty. I tell you what. It's only taken us 28 minutes. But we won a breakdown penalty. Morne van den Berg kicks downfield. We score next, and I think then that becomes a huge deficit for Stormers to try and catch up. This is so good from Quiet Horn. Straight over the ball. Gets the turnover. Wins the penalty as well. Absolutely world-class. RS Lowe doing brilliantly to get back there. The Lions just feel up for it. And it's been a while since I've been able to say that, actually. Late tackle, Morning van den Berg was the ref. If you actually want to go have a check on that. That's delaying the scrum off arriving, but Fenter picks up and goes and says, fine, I'll make a plan here. Still working hard to tackle is Ruan Fenter. Morning van den Berg goes to the butcher. This is, I think, got a bit too far, but Van den Berg will be there. He tucks it back. And Darren Lasbeck has learned to tackle. It's the second one now. Klapakanya making the tackle on Ruiz. Watchalong will go to the boot. I think that might be gone. Yeah, it's well tracked back then, Crown Hall. But this ball needs to stop. This ball needs to stop for Watchalong. It does. It's inside the ink. Tell you what, another 4 meters, and that's a scrum all the way back inside the 22. Crown Horn, which is quite high, actually. So it's just outside the 22. He's aiming towards Similani. Similani drifting. Runs into the 2 props. Storm is now on front foot ball. Well, youe Mattia, it's not a good pass from Hershey because he's actually done very well. Hold on as youe Mattia. Someone needs to make a tackle, and Jason Pretorius does oblige. Yeah, stupid from John Schoolman. Penalty advantage right in front of the poles. I'll take the 3 points though. Watchalong puts the ball back in behind. It's going straight into the hands of the Lions players. There's about 4 knock-ons there, Mr. Ref. So go back for the penalty. Thank you. And what are they going to do? Go for the... They are taking the points. Yeah, this is Lions fan. I'll take that. Happy. Take the points. I don't think that's a bad result for the Lions, to be perfectly honest. I mean, 17 points to 6. 9 was left in the first half. I'll take that. We get kicked in deep into their own half. Put a bit of pressure on them. Try and get ourselves an attacking set piece. I think this is a moral victory, actually, for the Lions. Quite happy with that. And he does split the poles, does youe Mattia. Well, we compete once again, but this time Salman has done well. But the ball's actually gone loose. No! He's played the ball on the ground. He's lost it on the floor. If he tries to place it and then the ball gets lost, he then tries to grab it again. That's also playing the ball on the ground. Salman takes this and goes down. There's a big counter rack coming. He places the ball. Okay, there's the hand. Okay, I'll take it back. I didn't see the initial hand. I'll take it back. So it's the initial hand jab from Ruan. That's just so dumb. Etienne Oosthuizen actually does it. So the initial hand comes in there. That's fine. I'm happy to say if that's one. Right, Stormer's now on the front foot. Dan C goes to Similani. Similani tries to get his hands to the tackle, and Watchalong does, but it's a forward pass, says the referee. So scrum now for the Lions. We actually haven't really seen enough opportunity for us to really have a go at scrum time here. John Dobson smacking the table. He's not happy with what he's seen in this first half. Big scrum there from the Stormers, to be fair. Franco Horn gets it and gives it away to Kwan Horn at first receiver. Hingham van Veek to Edel van der Merwe with a bit of space. Edel van der Merwe puts his head down. Look at this pace from Edel van der Merwe. They puts a little goosey, little ball over the top here. Is this going to hold up for him? Oh, no, it's well done by. Oh, he's lost the ball behind. I don't know what's happened. Marius Lowe scored. Come on! Yes, Vlad. Yes, please. Yes, please. I mean, I was so ready to, like, just commentate the classiest little try from Edel van der Merwe. He just took the angle down the outside, chipped the ball over the top, and I was waiting for it to just set up so nicely because it was just so, like, easy for him. And I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden the Stormers player came across, it was Angela Davis, and then next thing you know, Marius Lowe's over the try line. So it comes back here, Marius Lowe, he loses it. He doesn't manage to gather it, and then just pops up in front of Marius Lowe, picks it up and says, thank you very much. Lions over, try number 3. Come on, Lombard. Split those poles, and he has. Come on. That's the Lions, 24 points to 6 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. One more try to the bonus point, by the way. And a bonus point for the Lions takes them to 24 points, which is 1 point behind Edinburgh. And the Lions will have 2 games in hand on them. A bonus point win here would be absolutely massive for the Lions. And the Stormers, well, that puts them... Yeah, that means trouble time for the Stormers. John Dobson under a lot of pressure at the moment, and losing this game will not help his cause much at all. Right, Moira Vandenberg with the clearance. Almost like it was actually charged down there. The referee, I think, still saying it's a Stormers line out, so obviously wasn't. Right, JJ Kotze with the ball. Stormers just past the 10-meter line. If they're going to have a chance in this game, they're going to need to try and score by half time. The Lions just keep the scoreline the same. You can go into halftime with an 18-point lead. Evan Rose bounced or Jace Victorious, then gets away from one fence, is eventually brought down by Johnny Lombard. He's actually having a very good game. And a lot of press coming to this game was Johnny Lombard. But he's, in his fairness, he stepped up. Bit of an offside. That's a good tackle there coming from Richard Creel. There's a bit of space out wide for Stormers. Back inside they go to Salman Murat. Pops it up to Yo Matia. Matia goes short to Ali for Mark. Takes the hit there from his opposite number. Ooh, Hershey Yankees adjusted there. And it's just actually bounced away from the touchline. It's going to go too long there from Hershey Yankees. Quine Horn, what does he want to do? Decides to go to the boot and just try and find a good clearance. I don't think it's terrible. Well, he's not happy with the touch judge who's given him next to no meters whatsoever, which I don't think is a bit harsh. What a half he's had, though. Quine Horn, I tell you what, you know, everyone's all aboard the fast train, which I'm very happy with, and David Williams as well. But the box will never be let down by this guy. I think he's absolutely world class. As an attacking threat, Quine Horn, he just always seems to find space. I mean, he's responsible for 2 out of 3 tries so far today. And Johnny Lombard once again defensively stepping up. Dion Ferbuary, big hit. We went from here. I'll tell you what, we have seen some big hits today. Watchalong with a bit of space out wide. This is where he's so dangerous. Gets the offload away, but Van der Merwe gets off the one tackle and shifts to make that tackle. Stormers, 7 meters out. Someone pops it up and Aston Club. Oh, it's just Aaron Lewis is just short. Penalty advantage for the Stormers. They got space out wide. Dan du Plessis just short. Baker Horn trying to rip that ball in the tackle. They need to shift to the right. Big counter ruck coming, which I think was okay, but they'll go back for the penalty. Offside is the call. 90 seconds left. Come on, Japs. Just survive. Just survive. Doug was saying, remember when Similani was class Lions player? Man, he's regressed. And you know what? I actually don't feel bad. It sounds harsh, but I don't feel bad. He was playing at the Lions. He was doing well. He was coming through. The Lions were going through a lot of players leaving, and he jumped ship alongside them and went to the Bulls. Didn't get a start at the Bulls. Jake White didn't rate him at all. One of the big things the Lions said that maybe he should go to outside centre. I mean, to fullback with the Hinkley Bay coming through. And he said, no, he's an outside centre. He went to the Bulls. He had an absolute torrid time there. First thing the Bulls did, by the way, was put him at fullback. And now he's gone to the Stormers. He's had to wait for an injury crisis to get back on the field. Whereas he was getting plenty of game time at the Lions. So, funny how the cookie crumbles. And now the player who replaced him at the Lions is in the Bokke lineman camp. So, you got to make your choices. But I think it was the wrong time. And a lot of the Lions players have left when things got tough. And how's that end up working out for them? Not good. I mean, literally, he moved from the Lions after playing 16 games, averaging 68 minutes, playing 1,080 minutes. I'll go check the stats now. Going for the voting more once again. Once again, the Lions up to the task. Once is the call. JJ Kotze. Now they're getting a bit of a front foot ball, but now starting to stop again. Surely twice is the call now coming from the referee to use it. Breaks away as JJ Kotze. Just short here. It's immense defenses from the Lions. And the clock has gone red, so the last opportunity for the Stormers. Lions have to keep their discipline. One moment here from the Lions, and they can get to half-time with an 18-point lead. And you should never, ever be squandering an 18-point lead, so that would be half the job done. And it's intercepted by Johnny Lombard, who puts the kick in ahead, and now it's going to be a chase back here. TV hasn't even caught up to where and they're going to have to just run this out, Joe Stormers. No, they give it back inside to Warwick Lunt. He wants to have another go as Warwick Lunt. Somebody's been taken off out the ball. I mean, this is a bit of a weird. Morris Lowe comes underneath it. Throws it back inside. Quan Horn. Quan Horn wants to have a go. Can someone just kick it? No, never mind. Quan Horn. Oh, what are we saying? He's saying forward. He was through as well. That was a bonus point try you've just flipping and ruined. Well, that was eventful, nothing else. But fun fact about Similani, by the way. So, if you look at his Lions career, in 2021, that's a bad one to look at. 18-19. He came through, played a few games for us. 21-22, his first full season of the Lions. He played 1,080 minutes in the URC, playing 16 games, by the way, out of 17. Played every single game bar one that entire season for the Lions, where he started 13. Played 1,080 minutes. He went to the Bulls. The next season, he played 852 minutes, playing 11 out of 14 games for the Bulls. After that, he then was at the Bulls for one game, and then went to Stormers, where he played 298 minutes. 4 out of 7 games, starting. And then this season, he's played 377 minutes. So, you know what? You leave, look what happens. Lions, what a half that was. We're going to take a small break. We'll see you guys very shortly. Please don't go away, and let's see if the Lions can hold on to what would be a huge, huge win. And we're back, right? And Lions ahead by 18 points. Who would have thought about that? 24 points to 6. 1 point away from a bonus point here for the home side. They've been absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. And yeah, at the moment, the Stormers are not coping with anything. Because the Lions, they've not been out-scrubbed, for example. They've held up the Merlin Wall for Stormers very well. The Stormers, every single time they've tried to go wide, they've knocked it on. They've had forward passes. Stormers have not been better in a single department. And the Lions, on the other hand, have managed to turn defense to attack throughout the game and been really, really good. So they're well worth their 18-point lead. The question is, can they keep it, you know? And I think you just score first. Score that bonus point try, for example, and get to the end of the game. A bonus point win, and this Lions season takes on a whole new meaning. Gets us back into the mix of that top 8. You win another game in the next 2, and the top 8, chances really, really skyrocket. And because they're so dominant at home with that sort of 4-game home stretch, if you can win, the next 2 or 3 games, or 2 of the next 3 games, and put yourself in the top 8 mix with that run-in, it gives you guys such a good chance. The Stormers, on the other hand, well, it's a good contest in the air there, as Ben Loader win the ball back. They've got to try and find something. I'm not sure where they're going to find it, but they need to find something this half. I think it would have been a halftime chat. Basically, guys, it's now or never, really. John Ferbuary with a bit of space. Basically being brought down by Frankel Horn and Maurice Lowe. Probably need to try and score first, yeah. Ball over the top. Goes forward from the Stormers, and they're trying to take him off their head. The referee saying not having any of it. To answer your question, though, W. Kalant is not in the alignment camp. Imposter saying Ben J. Dixon can't tackle, and saying Stormers want to be a joke of a team this season. Yeah, it's just not happening for them at the moment, isn't it? Right, early scrum, yeah, and the last scrum we actually had was much more dominant from the Stormers. So let's see if they can try and find some. If they can get the scrums working, and that's an avenue they can try and start getting back into the game. First half, it was very, very even. A bit confused to why the Lions aren't in their origin socks. Everybody else, the Stormers are all in their origin socks. Should the Lions not get the memo, or what's going on here? When Vandenberg flog pass out to Marius Lowe. Johnny Lombard pops it up to Richard Currie. It's very nicely working from the Lions. Richard Currie with a lot of pace. Gets it off to Quiet Horn. What a half he had in the first half. Brought down in the 22. Ball available for more. Oh. Their first ever flipping breakdown, Mr. F, and you're going to award that. That's not hands beyond the ball, but don't worry. Ruan Fenter was pinged for that in the first half. One of the worst calls I've ever seen, by the way, that Ruan Fenter call. Absolutely dreadful. Right, JJ Cots now, so still inside their own half here, the Stormers. Lions don't contest. Evan Lewis gets up to the halfway line. Hoshiankis goes to the boot. Lots of chases here. Ben Loader leading the line. Evan Murphy goes up, and Ben Loader takes it brilliantly out the air. Moves right here and picks up and go. Pops it up to his lock partner. So right, not the best part to URC Mattia. Johnny Lombard felt he should have got a penalty for the breakdown. Dick's under a lot of pressure there. Salamarat, Matia wants to go himself, trying to get a hands to the tackle. Good tackle coming from Ruan Fenter. I think he's actually lost the ball forward. No, the ball's eventually available. Dandry Bassi inside of Marius Lowe. JC Pretorius working hard. He's been brilliant today, JC Pretorius. I think he's quite miffed about not being that Springbok alignment camp. Warwick Lunt showing the dummy, gets around one. Warwick Lunt's going to go over. That is awful defense from the Lions. Absolutely awful. The turn of pace and gets around Franco Horn, who can't keep up. Threw that long dummy and didn't need it. I'm not entirely sure where the fullback was there. Lions' defense is finally even penetrated. It's taken them 44 minutes, but Stormers have found a way back in the game. I mean, these are just drifts around there. It's the dummy line there from Francois Herbert, which probably is what gives them the advantage around Franco Horn. Because they just check on the Franco Horn, yeah. That's what it is. It's that dummy line from Francois Herbert, which is good, actually, to be fair. Right, youe Matia needs to make sure you can't afford to miss anything today, can youe Matia, with them being so far down. And as I said, that was just coming to the right side. He has managed to get that. Kicking a lot better with the T as youe Matia from what he was a week ago. So annoying to concede such a flippin' soft try there. I mean, the Stormers score the next try and they're right back in it. So Lions, got to score next. Got to try and quell any sort of hope of a comeback. Good take that for movement here. Evan Ruiz. Warwick Lunt now we're clear. Doesn't look like he's going to find touch though. The hands are quite on Horn. Right, what can he conjure up? Takes on Daddy Bassi and Angela Davis. Makes a few meters there, does Horn. Always seems to. Good offload that from Etienne Oosthuizen and Skuman. Yeah, thank you. Not running away is the call there. Right, decision time for the Lions here. Do you go for the 3 points and try and build that lead? Do you go for the corner and try and get that bonus point? Very, very interesting to see what the Lions will do. It's not a particularly straightforward kick, but Johnny Longbar's kicked well so far today. I'll take the 3 points, and Lombard has kicked that through. Now it's a good kick that from Lombard. Important for the Lions to respond. Yes, it's a net game for the Stormers between the two, but yeah, to concede a try and then to get 3 points. Cups just says, but nearly Bashir on. Very, very interesting call that came from John Dobson. Good take that off the kickoff there from Lions. Up and down there. Emil van den Berg, brilliant in the air there. Morty van den Berg. He decides to go to the air. Call comes through from Emil van den Berg. It's going to be too far though for Morty van den Berg. He needs to get there. Oh, he's out actually. I tell you what, I would like to see a replay of that. I think he actually might be out when he takes that kick there from Hershey. He's just marked it. Yeah, Hershey doing very well to get back there, and Warwick Lance put in a nice kick. Lions, I'm very happy to just ride a bit of storm here. Storm is going to come out firing. Just ride the storm. Moss turns on for Ben Jason Dixon. So, that's to pass. Jason Pretorius comes at the back of this line out. So they've rolled the dice here, Stormers. They've replaced the entire front row, as well as Marshall Tennyson on for Ben Jason Dixon. That's much better weighted. And a good tackle on Ben Loader. Gets back to his feet. Ball available now for his Yankees. Lions playing a bit of a territory game now. Now Galant puts the kick through. Richard Creel's going to be allowed to bounce. Is it not forward? Surely, yeah, it is not forward by Angelo Davis. Go back for the scrum. Initially, I was panicking. It was actually knocked backwards from the Lions. In which case, he would have had a free run in there with Angelo Davis, but can't quite control it. Warwick Galant starting to dictate things a lot now. Yeah, it would have been very, very interesting if Angelo Davis had managed to hold on to that. Okay, big scrum here from the Lions. Nice little penalty, new front row here. Brock Harris versus Asnati Klabakanye. Skuman versus Nieting Vashir. Stormers would be desperate for their replaced front row to have big impact at the scrum. I'll tell you what, it's a bit of a wrestle both ways. So eventually comes back out, Johnny Lombard. Inside ball, the heck of it, they can't hold on to it. Knock on advantage. Youe Matia throws a Hail Mary pot. That's so stupid from him. And you could see the frustration with Hershey Yankees asking, why? Turnover ball. Everyone's in so much space. Why try and throw this fancy flick up the back when you just keep it simple? You could probably just run the hands and run it in. That's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre decision there from Youe Matia. You go back initially for the knock on. I'm not sure what the lay is for here. And Jacques Ferry still on his feet. Hasn't sat down the entire game of Jacques Ferry. Very, very animated. You can see what it means to the Lions this game. I think they've definitely targeted this game as the one they need to try and win. Pretty solid scrum now. Yeah, that's it. Opponents pop up. Yeah, it's difficult to say who's got dominance. Initially, it looked like Storms were coming through. But then the Lions sort of hit back. So a bit of a, yeah, you can see the field being chopped up a lot. That rain in the week from Joburg has really taken a beating. It'll be interesting to see how Loftus plays. I don't know if Pretorius had as much rain, to be fair. But the field, after all the rain, just not quite holding together. Plays a lot better in the off months, really. And that's the July period when we usually get a Bok game, where it's nice and dry. And you can really manage the moisture there. Lots of young Lions fans, which is good to see. Yeah, look, you're never going to get a big crowd in today with the weather. It's been absolutely horrendous. It's been bucketing down with rain throughout the day. Don't really want to go all the way to Espar just to get rained on. Not fun at all. To be fair, the weather's held relatively well so far. Long may that continue. 14 turnovers to see from the Stormers. That is absolutely dreadful. We said this time a much more solid scrum. Scrum's gone down. The ball's available at the back. The referee says use it. No, we're going to have another reset. Oh, goodness me. Come on, lads. Big scrum, yeah. Big scrum. Any advantage. I mean, it's been coming in theory, but now ball in there for Angela Davis and Johnny Lombard's going to be there. You know, run it out. They got back before the penalty. So ironically, I think they'll probably just rather take the 5-meter line out. But they can't. They have to go back for the penalty and they have to kick themselves back there. Yeah, it's Nidhi Bashir on the other side. So I actually want to know if they kicked that, because if that's advantage over, then that's fine. But then that must be the precedent. If you kick him behind and the guy runs over, that's advantage over. If they didn't kick that, then they shouldn't get that 5-meter line out. You should actually have to go and kick to that 5-meter line. Once again, the lines are done very well to repel them all. Yoshi Yankee's looking to break. And does. Goes to you. Dan Dubuisier versus you. Now you Mateo. Long pass out wide to Khalan. Khalan ball back inside to Davids. Hickoff and Vake makes a good tackle. Quan Horn now over the ball. Ball pops up. Big counter ruck coming in from the lines. It's a huge counter ruck. And they turn the ball over brilliantly. Quan Horn and Hickoff and Vake. You absolute biscuits. Molly Vandenberg. Yeah, it's a nice touch fight. Interesting that, I mean, Molly Vandenberg and Quan Horn the ones kicking. Interesting that Johnny Lombard doesn't kick much these days. Kicks for poles, just to make, oh, that really counts at the moment. But that's a huge moment in the game to be able to repel that attack and get away with it. The very messy line out there, and eventually forced to Edel van der Merwe. He's done very well to clean up. Slippery ball today. Monica van den Berg goes to the boot. Ben Loader, ball back inside to Warwick Land. Ruan Fenter, looking to try to hold him up there. Ball goes down to Aaron Ruiz. Backwards is the call from the referee. Andrew Hugo Fenter runs to Etienne Oosthuizen. Paul de Vet, by the way, who's onto the park. He's getting his debut call up to a Springbok alignment camp. Looks like it's Gary Porter on as well. So Stormers are really throwing that. That's a terrible kick out. Out on the full there from youe Mateo. JP says ref gave the option of the penalty on the 40 or the line on the 5. Didn't know you could have the option. Yeah, I'm not convinced you can have the option. I mean, as someone who has actually read the rules, there's nothing in there that I could understand where's the option. So I have to go and actually have a check on that. I don't think you should actually have that option, because if there wasn't penalty advantage, I mean, if that was, for example, 20 meters up the field, you wouldn't give that. You go back to the option. It's only because it's a 5-meter line out that you've suddenly given them the option. Still, say, Monica van den Berg giving me many faff vibes. Yeah, I think certain things are quite similar, but I think he's a bit more of a I think he's got a better sort of traditional skill set. I think he's a far more sort of a better pass of the ball. Not quite, I think, as fast and defensively. I think he's probably got a better kick on him, in fairness. Ball over the top. It's a good line out there to Franco Horn. Lions not looking for that anymore, and they've got a bit of momentum. Yeah, now they're working their way through. And Franco Horn's found a bit of space with a penalty advantage as well. PJ Butcher breaks. PJ Butcher working hard. He's got a new contract this season, up to 22. Ball over the top from Warren van den Berg with the penalty advantage. Who's going to win it? Ball pops back up into the hands of a Stormer's hand. Go back for the penalty. Now, big decision over here. Once again, do you take the points? 30 points to 13. Make it a 17-point lead. Do you go to the corner? I want this bonus point. I really want this bonus point. But there is 22 minutes left, which is plenty of time. And they have opted, I think, for the points. Lombard's kicked well off the tee. Yeah, saying better tactician. That's also, I think it's probably a good way of putting it. I think he reads the game maybe a bit better than Faf does. Faf's so good on the on defensively, for example. But I do think that Warren van den Berg I think is the way he reads the game and his tactical kicking, for example, looking at his options is very, very different. Chalk Force saying best team is in front. 100%. 100%. Well, he's nailed it once again as Johnny Long, but I'll tell you what, I mean, I made a joke on our group saying Johnny Spencer's involved, but he's actually been brilliant today. He was my biggest worry coming into this game, was Johnny Lombard. And I've always been a massive Johnny Lombard fan. I think that he should have played. I think if he had stayed, I think he could have been in the box mix years ago. But since he's come back, has just looked like a shadow of the player we used to have. But today, he's looked much more assured. That's not a great kick, though, coming from Warren van den Berg. Having said that, turnover boy, Paul DeVet, long pass out wide to Evan Lewis on a bit of a run. Evan Lewis runs into Darren Landsberg and Franco Horn. Franco Horn trying to hit the ball in the tackle. Mr. Ref, he's actually held on to him after the ruck there. If they'd gone through there, I would have had a big complaint because you can't take somebody beyond the ruck. Marcel almost making a half break up towards 22. Why is that penalty advantage? Why can't he come through and he's actually allowed to counter rug, ref? I want to know what this penalty's for, actually. I can't really hear what the referee said. I'm trying to listen to see what he's saying about the penalty. Well, here comes the Lions' own little bomb squad. So, brand new front row about to come on, as well as Ruan Dalport, and I think we might see Jared Keynes as well. Right, the Wimbledon, by the way, saying 93% for the Lions at the moment. Please, cheapest. Stian says, now I'm big up Johnny. Skill set is immaculate. Well, he's been brilliant today. Absolutely flawless. I'd actually go look at the stats. I don't think he's missed a tackle either. Going to the corner once again. The Stormers here, 17 point. Are we going to see the Lions replacements here? 4 of them ready to come on. Right, much better line than the Stormers. Oh, it's a huge thumping hit coming on Marcel Tennyson. He's done very well to spin away from it, but eventually get brought out. Now Hugo Fenter. Desperate defenses from the Lions. Yeah, they're desperate not to concede. Evan Ruiz caught on the ball. Lions throwing their bodies around. Andrew Hugo Fenter trying to find a bit of space. Good tackle coming from Ruan Fenter. Fenter on Fenter there. No room for hidden. Etienne Oosthuizen told to leave it. Sal Murat. And turnover ball, and the Lions kicked it out very well. Sorry, we're having an issue with the stream. I'm trying to work out why something isn't working. Right, so the Lions placements on here. Vakavasaki leading them over there. A couple of different replacements. I'm interested to see how they go today. A couple of youngsters as well. And making a half break, then they'll bring him down. Ball fall straight back to the Lions. We'll take that. Hinkham and Vake now. He hands off Evan Ruiz, who eventually manages to hold on to his jersey. How is that not coming through the gate? Mr. Ref! He's pinged the Lions the entire day for that, and the Stormers have just done that with absolutely no issues whatsoever. Angela Davids was spaced out wide here. Richard Currie skid across. That's back inside Angela Davids. And that ball goes back. I mean, it's just such messy rugby. And that's surely forward from Similani. No, it's the ref. Ball over the top. Quan Horns come in and space out wide for Ben Loader. Good tackle coming from JC Pretorius. And there's a bit, and look, I'll tell you what, there's a clean out there, which is not looking good for Quan Horn. Galant on the angle goes to Wim van Heerden. Sits down away from the Berg, who actually, to be fair, brings him down in the process. Ball over the top, going for the interception there. No, he's gone with 2 hands, ref. Straight out of the card. Doesn't he have a look? Well, you know what? Even if you make the call, that's fine. The captain's got a right to ask the question. And when you sit there saying, when the captain wants to come for clarity and you say, go away, that just makes you look incompetent. But he has been. He's been tail both sides today. He really has not been good today. I mean, when the captain's not allowed to speak to the ref, you're in very, very murky waters. Right, well, as we enter the last 15 minutes, Lions still with a substantial lead. Down to 14 men now. Once again, going for the rolling maul. They haven't had much joy from it so far. Let's see if they can get a better result now. Still not many much results. Once the call. I'm not entirely sure that Nedley Bashir is allowed to just drag off Ruan Fent in that kind of fashion. Uses this now as the call. Paul de Vet goes to Daniel Basi. Good tackle coming from Johnny Lombard. Pinker van Veek all over that ball. Penalty advantage, of course. Just keep them out, your lads. Less than 15 minutes left. Really, just ideally need a bonus point. Not looking very likely. Emirates is down receiving treatment. Not looking... I think it's just cramped, to be fair. Well, he wants to get going. It is Christopher Addison, the referee. Come on, lads. 14 minutes. Just about 14 minutes. Right, another couple of subs over here. So Gary Porter's on here for the Stormers, as well as Jonathan Roche. So Solomon Rowe makes way. Andrew Hugo Fenter goes long to Evan Lewis. Ball available now. They're opting not to more. Roche goes short. And straight over this Etienne Oosthuizen. And the turnover is good. Phenomenal work this from the Lions. This has been heroic. Absolutely heroic from the home side. And now Morne van den Berg needs to find a good clearance. Go ball. Does find just outside. Youe Mateo wants to take quickly. Go back to Similani. Lions to come up here. Space for Youe Mateo. Gets double time by Morne van den Berg and Ruan Fenter. Storm's back on the front foot, but they're all the way back to 22. Evan Lewis back on his feet. Money Russ there. Not sure he's on 4. Looks like Marius low, given the fact that Hugo van Beek's still on. Need to leave a share now. Good tackle on him. Lions needs to try and fall back into a defensive shape. And that sums up the Stormers. If anything summed up the Stormers there, that pass. Trying with a quick hand straight into touch. They've been abject today. It's been an abject performance from them. Yeah, I mean, that's so poor from the Stormers. They've been shocking. Lions defense, by the way, Chef's Kiss, Jacques Ferbuary, man, give them all the brandies tonight. All the brandies. Well, it's almost a bit of a messy line, but eventually SJ Kotze comes away with it. Lions just need to get out of here. That's a much better clearance that time there for Morne van den Berg as the Lions get themselves out of lots of danger. And now with 12 minutes to go, you start to think, surely this is how it's going to end. Now Roach in the midfield there. Good tackle there coming from Johnny Long, but he's surely man of the match there. Him, Koen Horner, or Morne van den Berg. Take a pick of those 3, I think. I think Veek's also been very good. But I think Johnny Lombard's been absolutely superb. That's a huge hit there from Andre Hugo Fenter. Pass it back out to Mattia, goes short to Similani. Now Roach with a bit of space. Another good tackle from Johnny Lombard. Ball back inside. They're through and gone. So maybe a late drive here for the Stormers. And the Lions defense, which has been very good in the last 10 minutes. Is there yet life in this game? Kick to come, yeah, that makes it a 10-point game. And that's the Lions' lack of... That's the lack of numbers coming into play. 3 minutes left on that yellow card. Big kick this from youe, Mattia. Can't afford to lose it. He does make a 10-point game. Lions, you just take their time here. Need to take the time. This is about game management. It's no longer about the bonus point. It's about game management. Come on, lads. Let's get through. Let's get through. JB saying, Oosthuizen stepping up as an interesting one with the box first, short, the depth at 4. Yeah, I like him. I think he's a nice player. Russell saying, love watching from Papua New Guinea. Go Stormers. No time for Go Stormers here. I need the Lions to pull us through. Come nice and deep. Let's settle things down here. Don't do we see underneath it. Oh, it's not that. I tell you what. The nice thing with Richard Allison as a referee is you could just ask something and they give it to you. He wasn't going to give that at all until all the Stormers players complained. I mean, literally, he watches it, doesn't see anything. All the Stormers players complain, and then he puts their hand up. I mean, it's a high tackle. I'm not complaining about the call. But just have a bit of your own agency, mate. Richard Quill getting ready to come back. So Schoolman, by the way, is back on the park. Kotz is going all for the HIA. Paul DeVick going Jonathan Roche first receiver. Now youe, Mattia. Mattia going to Warwick. Similani's up on the wing now. And he's been tackled out. That's a phenomenal tackle. Who is that? I think... Is that Money Russ? Was a Henker from Vegas. That's a brilliant tackle to tackle one to see the Similani out. That's... I mean, the last-ditch defense on the Lions at times today has been absolutely brilliant. It's a Money Russ. Who, to be fair, I like Money Russ. I think he's a passionate player, works hard. I just don't think he's good enough. I just don't think he's big enough. I don't think he's to really make much of an impact. But he's put in a good shift today, so fair enough. The Lions go short. Back to Johnny Lombard, and he goes short to Jared Keynes. Oh, jeepers me. I tell you what, Evan Roos does not often get sat down, but he's been thrown to the ground there. Ball over the top to Warwick. Bit of a strange decision, and the camera went, oh, I tell you what, Jared Keynes intercepted it. But offload as well to Delport. Oh, Delport's lost it forward in the tackle from Brock Harris. Then the ball goes back up under a lot of pressure as Ruben van Heerden. Back towards the 22. That's the main thing, yeah. And we'll go back for the scrum. Yeah, I think Money Russ, I think if he was just... If he was about 10 centimeters taller and about 4 to 5 kgs heavier even, maybe 6 to 7 kgs heavier, I think he'd be a nice player. He's nice to have in your squad, but he's just not quite the same level, is it, as the current centers we got. Emirates is having a HIA after that. I mean, cheap as me. That was a huge hit that came in. He's not someone who gets thrown to the ground very easily, Emirates, but he was there. Right, so 6.5 minutes left on the clock, and Storm is still 10 points behind. So the Lions, I think, get to the next 4 to 5 minutes. That should be more or less enough, I think. Come on, lads. So 6.5 minutes. Or we can score a try. That'll be phenomenal. And we have a reset here at scrum time. I don't mind that. Wind on the clock now. And also Richard Creel will come in after the next play. Yep, here he comes. Yeah, Richard Creel actually back on the park. Interesting that he's allowed to come back on, even though it's just a reset scrum as opposed to an actual break and play. So they're 15 on 15 now for the last 5.5 minutes. We managed to read about a whole minute in the reset scrum. Things you love to see. Ball available. Portervet used it, and he goes straight to Jonathan Roach. Good tackle once again from Johnny Lombard. He's been brilliant today. He has to get man of the match. Youe Matia goes to Watchalong. Watchalong, long pass out wide to Ben Loader. That's going to allow the team to shift. Think of Vake there. Does stay in there. Does Ben Loader. Ball back inside on the bounce to Youe Matia. The Stormers, I mean, the skill set from the Stormers today has been awful. Awful, awful, awful. Now turnover ball here from the Lions. Oh, come on, man. Hold on to it. And the SJ Cots, the tight end, can't hold. I mean, that's just so silly. We could have ate up another minute there. Francois Herbert watching on as Dion Free, the veterans. John Dobson almost looks like he's crying in the flipping coaching box. Tw 17 versus the 22. That is how good the Lions defense has been. "15 handlers errors from the Stormers." That is a horrendous stat. Absolutely awful. You know what I mean? I watched tonight. I mean, they come to the team review on Monday. Not going to be a fun review. And we have another reset. I don't mind another reset. Wind another minute down. By all means. By all means. It's gone straight down. Referee's given the penalty to the Lions. Massive. That could be the game. That should be the game. 3.5 minutes left. Lions get their first scrum penalty in the 77th minute. And with all the pressure, that should be it. They've done so well. The defense has been absolutely awesome. And yeah, very, very clearly loses his mind there. Does I'm not nearly for sure side. I'm trying to work out which angle. I don't think it's nearly for sure. I think it's Brock Harris who's actually lost his mind there. Warner Vandenberg. Right now, it's about 3 minutes to try and get the bonus point. Well, the line's good. It's gone straight down, though. Ball should be available, hopefully. Be able to get the ball out. Nico stayed onto the park. Think of Van Beek. Ball available from Nico Stain. Come on, lads. Bonus point try. Jared Keynes absorbs the tackle. Gets away from one. Of course. Mattia taking it quickly, trying to get downfield. Not a bad kick from him. But 2 minutes left. Surely it's not going to be enough. The only thing Stormers can get now is a losing bonus point. Bit of a messy line that from the Stormers. It eventually goes back to Ben Loader. Lions trying to hold him up. Kane's over the ball, but told to leave it. Now the left-hand side, youe Mattia. Goes short to Hugo Fenter. And Kickoff and Beck, so good defensively. Doesn't matter if it's a forward, it's a back. He just puts his body on the line. Well, skip from Holland almost actually dummied Similani in the end. Ball's coming out to the side, back to Marcel Tennyson. Pick up and go coming from Evan Ruiz. Ball goes back towards Netli Bashir. Pulses it up to youe Mattia. Nico stains up nice and quickly. Similani now. Slips with the step. Gets his feet taken underneath him by Frank Orm. Back to the left-hand side. Andrew Hugo Fenter. Barges over one. Gets brought down. Paul de Vet. Left-hand side. Last minute of the game there. youe Mattia fires it out. I'd love to see a little intercept here. It would be very nice. Oh, fancy all flow from youe Mattia. It doesn't really matter when you're losing by 10 points. Similar down the right-hand side. Ben Loader. They could be in here with the Stormers. That's a great tackle from Edel van der Merwe. And then the ball's going to be just inside. And over the ball. Reward him, Mr. Ref. Reward him, Mr. Ref. Now then, youe Mattia pops it up. Oh, it's almost knocked on. I mean, almost intercepted. Knock on advantage here. A penalty advantage for the Stormers. Warwick Lance got options. Ball over the top. That's knock on over there. The referee's already blown the whistle. We'll go back for the final penalty. It'll be the final play of the game here. There goes the hooter. Going for the scrum. Yeah, knock on is just the call. So no penalties. So Stormers scrum. They're taking the points. How is that? Well, I suppose you have to, really. It's the only thing you can get to try and get with 7 points. That's it. I mean, that's a nice little... It's such a huge win that for the Lions. So chuffed. Actually can't believe we managed to put in that kind of performance. I think we should have gotten the bonus point. So that's going to maybe might affect us in the end. But what a game. What a game to be able to get. And youe Matia does add the extra. So final score will be 30 points to 23. The Lions let them back in. But at the end of the day, it was one-way traffic. And the Joburg side, the first half blitz, is always going to be too much. People, thank you very much. We'll see you guys very shortly for the next game, which starts in 40 minutes' time. Smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. And we'll see you guys.